Hi guys, this is going to be an informational video for language arts for the week of May 17th through the 20th. So we are going to be in week 35 this time. When you scroll down, you are going to see the weekly overview. On Monday, we're going to be completing Springboard 3.4 Part 2. Tuesday, Springboard 3.5. Wednesday, Springboard 3.6. And Thursday, Springboard 3.7. Keep in mind that Thursday, the 20th, we are on a modified schedule. So if you scroll down, you will see that schedule down here. So classes will be shortened just a little bit. So make sure on Thursday that you are following this schedule. So for Monday, you're going to scroll to the Monday folder and you are going to see Springboard 3.4 Part 2. This is a Kami assignment, so please make sure that you open it through Kami. This is what it's going to look like. I've highlighted all important instructions for you. So you're going to mark the text in two colors for the reasons and evidence provided for both sides of the argument. So one color on how cheerleading is super dangerous, and then one color on why it can be a good thing. So you're going to read through the article. Here's the section for what is safe about cheerleading. And then after reading, you're going to use the graphic organizer to analyze both sides of the issue. Reread the article if necessary. So side A is that cheerleading is dangerous, and you provide reasons and evidence. And then side B is cheerleading is not dangerous, again, providing reasons and evidence. And then on number 9, brainstorm other reasons and or evidence that might strengthen either side of the argument. So what are some of the things that you can think of that they did not specifically mention in the article above? That is going to be your Monday assignment for 3.4 Part 2. Make sure that you hit that turn in button when you are done. Then the rest of the week is going to be combined into one Kami assignment. So you have Springboard 3.5 through 3.7. Again, make sure you are opening it in Kami. This section is all going to be about citations and credibility. So it's just asking you to read and respond to the following quotes. What do you think about them? What is the role of research in presenting an argument? And then you can see off to the left here, it gives you information on what research is. Then you're going to drop down and use the graphic organizer to kind of rate yourself on how comfortable you feel with each process. Again, academic vocabulary is off to the right to help you. This is going to be a graphic organizer where you take notes. Above each word, write what you already know. And then below each word, add words or phrases as you read over the information provided. Here it's going to talk about sources and the difference between a primary and a secondary source. And then it's going to ask you, of all the stories we've read so far on Unit 3, what kind of sources are they? Are they primary or secondary? And when would it be effective to use a primary versus when would it be effective to use a secondary? Then we're moving on to citations, and it's going to give you a breakdown of different types and how to cite them, like a book or a film. Then you are going to practice citations. So it's going to give you all of the source information on the left, and you are going to create an actual citation on the right. So again, this is what an actual citation looks like. And this gives you the order of what needs to go where. So make sure you're following the information from above. Then it talks about credibility, academic vocabulary off to the right. Then it goes into internet sites, which ones we can trust, which ones are more educational than others. Asking you questions about that. Then it has you deciding whether the National Geographic citation from question 6 would be considered credible, why or why not. Then at the bottom here, you are going to pick a topic that you feel strongly about. This can be anything that you want. It could be anything on the list that you check marked, whether you agreed or disagreed earlier in the unit. So you're going to tell me what the topic is, what your position is, and then you are going to find one internet source to use. So what type of source is it? Give me the bibliographic information, and is this source credible? Anything interesting that you find. So that is going to be 3.5. That will be your Tuesday assignment. Moving on to Wednesday, 3.6. You have information about tone and a tone word bank, talking about formal style and when it is appropriate, the do's and do nots of formal style. And then it's going to ask you to read the letter and mark it for precise nouns, active verbs, and diction. So any of those super detailed pieces you want to mark or highlight. So we have the historical document, an excerpt from the letter on Thomas Jefferson. So you're going to read through that, and then you have some after reading questions. You do not need to complete the check your understanding at the bottom. So that is going to be Wednesday, 3.6. And finally, we're going to end on Thursday with 3.7, talking about graphics. So it's going to give you some information on what to look for. It's going to provide a graphic where you have to draw some conclusions about it. And then you are going to read a news article. As you read, mark the text by putting an asterisk next to any information that you think could be represented using a graphic of some type. So e-readers catch young eyes and go in backpacks. So anything that you feel like, hey, I could provide a graph there instead of just saying it, like when they're talking about percents and numbers, you put an asterisk. Reading through. And then again, you have a question to answer after the reading. You are not going to complete the writing prompt. And then it's going to take you through different types of graphics explaining what each one is. And then you have a question about a graphic. And finally, a check your understanding question. So that is going to be the rest of the week using Springboard. Again, make sure you hit that turn in button when you have completed it. One last time, don't forget that on Thursday we are on a modified schedule, so make sure that you are following this schedule here for all of your classes. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to me via email.